evening, we bring you the latest in the world of sports. I'm Paulo Del Rosario.
And we give you the conversations you want to hear from your favorite icons and athletes. I'm Jet Manuel. And in tonight's game plan, Chris Paul leads the Suns to a new franchise record. And since we're always a fan of the point guard, we'll break down the top NBA floor generals with PBA champ JVEE CASIO. We'll also look back at his UAAP playing days repping the green and white of DLSU.
And we'll dish out our hot takes from the return of men's volleyball in the PNVF Champions League. Buckle up, sports fans. Let's get in the game. In the game of basketball, a floor general is the captain of the ship. His job is to steer the team into the right direction as the leader on the court. Now joining us tonight to share his picks for top floor generals in the NBA is a player who has embodied that role from the UAP all the way to the PBA. Welcome to the game, PBA champion, the timeless. Ayun. JVEE CASIO. JVEE, kamusta ka naman?
Thank you. Ayos naman. Thank you. I'm happy to be here always.
Always. Sige, let's see if that's true after this show. Pero JVEE, pag-usapan muna natin anong definition mo muna ng floor general.
Floor leader siguro. Really the parang another coach on the court, and not only that, also defensively, he's also the parang general, right? So it's not just offensively and defensively. Para sa akin, it starts with a point guard position.
Oh, true. And alam mo, JVEE, ikaw yung guest namin kasi back in the day, si Eli Tenorio, nagsimula siya, tiniente lang eh. Ikaw, floor general kagad eh, nung nagsimula ka eh. So, Totoo naman. So, from that point on, simulan na natin to, yung mga picks mo in terms of yung top floor generals of the NBA today. Let's start off with an easy one, Jet. Yung una niyong pinili, si Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Tama. Oh, bakit si Chris Paul?
Well, we all know kung paano ngayon ang Suns, how they're playing right now, di ba? Franchise record, and with Booker out, especially itong last game, nakita natin yung pag-lead niya sa team. And yung composure niya has been there. We all know he can score. He can score in the right time, in the right moment. And it's just not just the leadership parang sa basketball, kundi also, I think, for outside, he's one of the leaders with the, how I call it, in
NBA PA nila dati.
Association nila. So, it shows how he can lead really, not just in basketball. So, I think the respect of his teammates, he has it. And it has been shown, I mean, whichever teams he go, na umaangat yung laro ng team. And it's just really parang classic example of a floor general.
Oh, I mean, sakto-sakto. I mean, I just have to get this out of the way. JVEE, when you were playing LaSalle, ako kasi pinapanood kita. And then I was taking down notes. I was trying to see, what made you great as a point guard. But, ikaw naman na as a point guard yourself, a floor general, pinapanood mo si Chris Paul. Ano yung tinitingnan mo sa laro niya? Ano yung nakikita mo or napupulot mo rin pag pinapanood mo ito?
Yung composure niya, parang walang bumabantay sa kanya pag naglalaro siya. It's just really very composed. And when the time comes that he has to score, he has to be aggressive, he takes over. And it's very rare to see those, especially in the guards. Sometimes it's just being aggressive all the time because he has to do it. But he always involves his teammates. He knows he can deliver individually. But when parang pag binigyan niya ng confidence yung teammates niya, maangat lalo yung team. So syempre as a guard, and to bring the team syempre to the higher level, you have to do that para may confidence in team.
I absolutely agree, JVEE. And alam mo, Jet used to watch you a lot. Pero at the end of the day, wala eh. Hindi niya magawa yung mga nagagawa mo eh.
Hindi pala point guard.
O nga, he'd try eh, pero wala talaga. But moving on, si LUKA Doncic naman yung pinili mo as another pick here from one of the more veteran floor generals to one of the younger ones. Siya ba yung future para sa'yo ng floor generals dito sa NBA?
I very think so. The way he plays is actually... he's a point forward, di ba? Parang ganun. And it's very rare to have those type of players, and the way he controls the game. Sobrang, again, there's the composure at that stage pala, at his early year of career. And the way he can score. But the one thing siguro sa kanya is he really has to deliver all throughout the game to get a high chance of winning winning a game, and puts pressure on him, and it gets tiring, of course.
Oo, tama.
Yeah, that's why Chris Paul siguro talaga lamang sa mga ganyan, dahil he involves his teammates as much as he can talaga, because it puts a less pressure on himself, and yun nga, madadala talaga yung team pag lahat parang, okay, ganyan, parang kasama natin yung guard, giving us the ball, and not only, syempre, yung mga bigs, setting those screens, getting those balls. So, same as LUKA, he also does that.
Tama.
And I think as the years goes on, it will be just, you see much better,
Mas
more
evident, mas skillful.
Yes, yes, for sure.
JV, sorry yung next three mo kasi, parang pinagsama ko na lahat eh. Kasi lahat sila scorers, ibang klaseng point guard eh. So we'll talk about all of them. Si Steph Curry, Damian Lillard, and si TRAE Young. Very different type of point guard to DONCIC and si Chris Paul. Diba, Jet?
Chris Paul, yeah.
Yes.
So,
Yes,
yung nga, JV, people focus on their shooting and their scoring, but as a point guard, bakit itong tatlo, nakita mo, magaling talaga sila floor general?
Steph and Dame, from what I see, started siguro yung mga previous years, mga early years nila. Parang doon pa sa NBA na hindi pa yung what we see right now, that the ball handlers like LUKA, TRAE, parang mostly sa kanila yung bola, di ba? So, I think Damian Lillard has still that point guard mentality, set up teammates, and try to involve everyone. But as the game evolved, and I think this is what they're doing. They're playing also off the ball right now, and being a court general is setting up your teammates. And I think they're doing it right now, not only with the ball but also off the ball. They're setting screens, back pick, because grabe yung shooting nila, grabe yung offensive skills nila. So, and every team is, picking them up so high, di ba? So, they have to also find ways off the ball, how to involve. And that's, I think, how they involve teammates. It's setting them screens. Sometimes decoy sila. And you can see, some of their teammates, like CJ McCollum or Damian Lillard, and you can see now Jordan Poole, increasing his game, and I think that's the effect of both of them. And for TRAE Young, again, in his early career and high scoring guard, I think it's his range that's really parang nakaka-effect ng game. And that's, people are emulating it right now. So many athletes, so many basketball players are emulating it right now because it's really an advantage. And seeing TRAE Young doing those kind, and alam na nga siya yung pinakamali siguro sa choices ko. He really does a lot. So yun kaya napili ko rin siya sa floor generals.
Absolutely. JV, ito, no explanation na. No explanation, just name a player here. If you're going to pick one of these five to start a franchise with, at their current age, and then looking towards the future, sino pipiliin mo? No explanation, sino lang?
At their current age, right now, siguro, I'll go with LUKA to start a franchise.
Over Steph Curry. Because I still think maybe Steph Curry might be someone else. But then, alam mo, JV, since you are here, we're gonna talk about another shooter. Pero hindi na sa NBA. And Jet, ikaw na mag-cue na to.
Ni so JV, please. Dito ka lang muna, huwag ka muna alis. Hindi. Huwag tayo doon. So JV, please, stay muna. We can't let you go without throwing it back naman to your UAP days and talking about the Green Archers legend, your friend, RENREN Ritualo. Now, speaking of RENREN, we finally get to watch the School Spirit's first episode tomorrow with the one and only Rain Man. Let's watch this.
Now, long before the three-point era arrived, a guy named RENREN Ritualo was already making it rain like the Splash Brothers. With supreme confidence and an equally legendary work ethic, he turned a perennial bridesmaid finisher into a powerful dynasty.
Hi, I'm Renan Ritualo of LaSalle Green Archers. Catch me on School Spirit on UAP Varsity Channel.
Ayun nga, we see, we're gonna talk about RENREN. Of course, someone that knows RENREN is JVEE and one of the best shooters that you've ever seen in the college scene, in the PBA scene. So ibang-iba talaga yung dating niya. And now, RENREN, playing for LaSalle, JVEE, I just want to get your take on this, no? Just a little bit of a teaser on RENREN. What was his impact? Kasi he was before you, di ba? He played before you bago ka dumating sa LaSalle. Ano yung impact niya and ano nakita mo sa kanya bago ka palang pumasok for the DLSU?
Yeah. When you ever come sa gym na LaSalle, there's this jersey, the number.
Okay, yun yung mapapansin mo talaga.
You cannot use that number. You cannot use that number. Because nandun na yun. Pero, I mean, that's true. He has his jersey retired and but for me, ang impact niya sa akin, sabihin ko na lang rin, I know, of course, is I tried to emulate during my college days how he uses the system of Coach Franz, how he was successful to it. And I watched games sa kanya na para matutunan ko, magamit ko sa career ko rin during this college careers. And yun, I think gumana naman dahil nakakashoot rin ako. Pero from that, the whole LaSallian community is just parang at with RENREN, with how his determination, his confidence in playing, and his pride for the school, and just giving back what the community did for him. So talagang he just give it his all for the LaSallian community.
JV, off-script yung question na to. But then, ito last na to and I have to make sure medyo controversial siya Pero sa palagay mo ba, was there ever a shooter after RENREN that actually shot it at his level sa UAAP? There was a time wherein we thought that, uy, ang galit na shooter. But then, did anyone come close to yung level ni RENREN Ritualo sa palagay mo?
Medyo mahirap yan, ha?
Oo nga
So, kung sana sabihin si Jet.
Wag
na! So, wala. Yung sagot doon, wala.
Kinikilig na talaga ako. Kinikilig na talaga ako dito.
Cannot say na, kasi iba yung ni RENREN I mean, he's using triple screens, staggered screens all throughout the game. And, sino ba? Maybe can you give me choices?
Feel ko yung answer talaga dyan, kaya tayo nahihirapan, JVs. Wala talaga. Walang tumapat sa akin.
Since yung time niya. Kasi very much you could say that si Alan Kaidik from back in the day. Pero after RENREN, parang konti na lang maybe UST might say si Kevin Ferrer at one point. But then it's still very difficult. Sabi nga ni RENREN na ikaw yung second coming niya sa LaSalle, JV, sa interview namin sa kanya dati. So again, very hard question to ask, and I don't think mamamatch yung shooting prowess ni Ren during his heyday sa LaSalle. Now, if you want to learn more about RENREN, you can catch School Spirit, which premieres tomorrow on the UAAP Varsity Channel with the one and the only Rain Man. Catch it at 6 p.m. on Signal Channel 263 HD and on Signal Play. JV, thank you very much for joining us. We really appreciate you spending time with us talking about Ren. Sana naman hindi siya na-offend dito. And hopefully we see you again soon.
Yes, thank you, Paolo. Thank you, Jet. Happy to be here as always.
And after the break, our resident volleyball analyst Neil Flores dishes out his hot takes from the PNVF Champions League. Stay tuned. You're watching The Game. And welcome back to the game. First line attackers, monster blocks, and volleyballs flying all over the court. Men's volleyball is definitely back. The PNVF Champions League did not disappoint, feeding the insatiable hunger for hard-hitting action. And tonight, our resident volleyball analyst, Neil Flores, will share his hot takes on the exciting week of men's volleyball action. Neil, always a pleasure. Welcome back to the game.
Hi, Pao. Hi, Jet. It's always nice to be here. Thank you for having me.
I'd rather have you back here in studio,
Oo,
Neil.
it's a lot
We have
better.
to work on that kasi grabe, iba yung energy when we're all here together. But Jet, get us going here.
I mean, Neil, you know, the last weekend full of men's volleyball action. We're all excited for that. You know, initially, give us an update on who's, you just finished the semifinals, who's going up in the finals, and your general thoughts on what transpired during the weekend.
Okay, so ang maglalaban sa championship natin sa PNVF would be the Team DASMA Monarchs and the Air Force Aguilas. When it comes to my general thoughts on yung comeback ng men's volleyball, finally, no, masasabi na natin na it's finally back. Kaya sobrang exciting itong times na to. Yung PNVF Champions League is just a glimpse of what men's volleyball can really offer to the table. And when you look at the team rosters, hindi pa kompleto yan. Maraming wala dun sa Metro Manila-based teams natin. But the good thing about that is that we were able to give opportunities dun sa mga athletes natin in the provinces to really showcase their talent in the sport dito sa main stage.
Absolutely. So we'll now move on to yung mga hot take mo, Neil. I don't know how hot these takes actually are, but let's see. Let's see what the hot takes are. So yung unang-una mo, go for gold. Air Force is as consistent as ever.
Okay, what more can I say? I mean, it's no secret that isa siguro sila dun sa mga teams na clear-cut favorites to make it to the championship. On paper, they are really loaded. If you look at their starting lineup, parang 6 out of the 7 or even the 7 are actually national team players. So expectations are really high dito sa Air Force Aguilas. And it looks like sila din yung nanalo sa recruitment wars eh. They are also undefeated. There were a lot of challengers. May mga 5-set matches sila. But at the tail end of every game na 5-set, dun talaga lumalabas yung composure and experience ng mga players ng Air Force Aguila. So, again, they're going up against the Team DASMA Monarchs in the championship match.
Okay, nice. We're starting out the hot takes. Strong hot take number 2, Neil. Reunion of interesting tandems.
So you have one from Global Remit, si Ish Polvarosa and si Josh Villanueva, and sa Go for Gold, you have John Victor Guzman and si Lloyd Josefat. And when you have all those guys coming back together in reunion, how does it feel for fans siguro? Parang may konting throwback dyan for sure.
Kaya masaya na nakikita ulit natin itong mga tandem nito. Let's go first dun sa Global Remit. Ish Polvarosa and Josh Villanueva, nagkaroon sila ng hiatus because of their careers outside competitive volleyball. But when they were given the chance to actually play for the Navy or itong Global Remit, napatunayan pa rin nila that their connection is still there. And with multiple championships in the UAAP, with multiple awards, you can see that from offense to defense, there were contributions for the both of them. And both of them also are very vocal leaders.
Yeah.
Kaya sobrang na-boost din yung lineup ng Global Remit. They're going up sa Battle for Bronze. Medyo marami pa silang kailangan i-tweak. Siyempre, bago rin tong team eh. It just took them maybe a month or 2 to really gel with the team.
Yeah.
Kaya, if they're going to stay with Global Remit come the next tournament, mas magiging maganda pa yung contribution sila sa team na to. As for John Vic de Guzman and Lloyd Josefat, mapapansin natin, wala tayong PLDT. So most of the players of PLDT actually went with the team of the Air Force Aguilas. And looking at the stat sheet, ito yung mga taong nakikita mo na nagta-top score. Wala si Brian Bagunas, definitely. Yeah. But with the replacement of Lloyd Josefat, na rookie pa lang to nung UAAP, tapos pumasok siya dito sa Champions League. You can see that the caliber or the volleyball IQ that he has, sobrang ganda, sobrang galing.
Absolutely. Neil, we're actually running out of time here just a bit, but then we're gonna still go to yung hot take number 3 mo. Talk a bit about yung si DASMA and MANILENO who have proven to be exciting contenders here.
Okay, actually Manileno, I was able to talk to their coach, Coach Ralph Ocampo. They had a lot of struggles coming into this league. They had problems with funding, player acquisition, kasi biglang bawal yung UAAP players to compete eh. But then again, it was a strong showing for Manileno. They challenged the Air Force Aguila ng 5 sets. They swept the Basilan Steel Spikers in 3 straight sets. Tapos kanina lang natapos 5-setter against Team DASMA. 18-16 pa nga yun eh.
Yeah.
So it was a generally good performance given the constraints. For Team Dasmariñas Monarchs naman, actually medyo all-star na rin to eh. It's a hybrid of UAAP players from Adamson, UST, FEU, and aside from the Air Force Aguila, they are also undefeated. So tomorrow when they compete for that gold medal match, magkakaalaman talaga kung sinong makakakuha ng first ever title ng PNVF.
Absolutely. Neil, thank you very much again for all those points. We can't wait again to have you back here on the set and to talk more volleyball with us. And also, shout out to our friend si Mix Gomez who's actually calling the games. Wala na siyang boses kasi grabe, extended lahat ng mga games. Neil, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Now, when we return, we'll get a special Moto 101 session with Yamaha Racing's Wonder Boy Kyle Paz on the basic racing equipment every rider needs on the track. Keep it here. You're watching the game. Welcome back. You're watching the game. I'm Paulo Del Rosario. Now, after blazing a trail for Pinoy riders on the Moto2 world stage, Kyle Paz is back home and ready to share his expertise in our very first edition of Moto 101.
Hi, I'm Kyle Paz, representing Yamaha Philippines.
Hi, I'm Jordan Cornista, and I'm the team manager of Yamaha Racing, and this is Moto 101. Okay, so for today, we will be discussing the 4 essential racing gears that you need to have para makakarera kayo. So first, we have the helmet. Second, the gloves, the racing suit, and the last one will be the boots. So Kyle, bilang isang professional riders, gaano ka-importante sa'yo ang isang helmet?
Siyempre, sobrang importante ng helmet kasi siyang nagliligtas ng ulo natin. Kunyari may semplang, siya ang magliligtas nun. Kumbaga, i-absorb niya yung impact para maging safe yung ulo mo.
And ngayon, meron na rin nare-require yung mga malalaking races, international races na QR code, which is kailangan naka-attach yun sa helmet kasi pag may QR code, yun yung ino-honor ng FIM para makapasok yung or makapasa yung helmet natin sa sa requirements. Next one will be the gloves. So Kyle, bilang isang professional rider, gaano ka-importante sa'yo ang gumamit ng isang racing gloves?
Para sa akin, sobrang importante niya kasi pagka hindi leather gloves or racing gloves yung gamit ko, parang hindi ako komportable kasi siyempre pagka sumemplang tapos hindi leather gloves or hindi racing gloves, siyempre may sabutas yon. Kaya nag-aalangan ako pag hindi leather gloves yung gamit ko. Kaya pagka nakagano naman, di lang siya masyadong komportable pagka baguhan. Pero kumbaga, mararamdaman mo talaga na safe ka pagka sumemplang ka pagka nakaganong gloves ang gamit mo.
The third one will be the racing suit, Kyle. I think aside sa helmet, ito yung isa sa pinaka-importante na dapat meron ng isang rider kasi ito yung bumabalot sa buong katawan natin. Gaano ka-importante sa yung racing suit?
Siyempre, ang racing suit, ayun ang isang parang magpapagang ng loob mo pag nasa race ka na pagka sukat na sukat sa iyo yung racing suit, Kasi ang racing suit po is sobrang kapal, parang masasabi niya sa sarili niya na, safe ako dito kasi naka-racing suit ako. Tapos kailangan po pagka pumili po kayo ng racing suit, yung halos sa sukat na sukat po sa inyo, wag po kayong pipili ng medyo malaki or sobrang sikip kasi maapektuhan naman yung paggalaw nyo po. Kaya pag malaki naman po, pag na-aksidente po, parang magkakaroon po kayo ng sugat kasi malaki nga po yung suit.
And for the last racing gears natin, it will be the boots. So Kyle, gaano ka-importante na meron tayong proper racing boots pag kumakarera tayo?
Isa yan sa mga pinaka-importanting gamit lalo sa racing kasi kwento ko lang po, dati nung nag-Malaysia kami, may semplang ako na muntik na akong mabalian ng paa. Pero dahil sobrang ganda nung racing boots ko na gamit, naprotektahan niya pa rin, di nabali, na magalang. Pero pag nakita niyo yung semplang ko, makikita niyo naman talaga na inabsorb din talaga nung boots yung impact ng paa ko sa semento. Kaya para sa akin kailangan po pag pumili po kayo ng boots, yung halos fit na fit po sa inyo kasi pag maluwag po, may sa injury po kayo pagka na-semplang.
Ngayon na alam nyo na ang mga proper racing gears na kailangan isuot sa pagkarera, ang next step natin ay mag-enroll tayo sa mga riding schools na suportado ni Yamaha Motor Philippines.
So yun po, mag-iingat po tayong lahat and kita-kits na lang po tayo sa loob ng track.
And thank you for joining us tonight. Happy weekend, everybody. I'm Jet Manuel.
I'm Paul Del Sario. This has been The Game.